Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we took a poorly considered war. We won the war, it was just bad timing on the war. And of course, we have this rebellion happening at the same time. Now, ticking war score is on our side at this point, and I believe that from here it will be a relatively simple matter to win the war. In theory. So we're going to tick forward here and complete this siege. That is going to get us some amount. 24. Okay, so what's our total war score right now? The answer is that our total war score is 31%. Okay, we're not at the point now where it is impossible for them to win. They can still win at this juncture, and we would definitely prefer that they don't. So we're going to continue to do battle down over here. These guys should be probably brought southward to reinforce. In fact, they should be brought here. This is a large force. So let's wrap up this battle. We actually stack wiped that, and we want to head up here to hopefully prevent them from coming here, but I'm willing to bet they're going to get there in time. That's fine. What did we get from battles there? We got 2% war score from that? Okay. That's noted. So we're going to come down here and siege. Looks good. We absolutely need to do that. Yeah, they attacked here. That was 1,000% expected that they were going to do that. That was the obvious move. They had to do that. So we're going to walk up over here, and we're going to fight some of them, at least. We caught 20,000 of them. Oh, wow. That is huge for us, that we actually caught 20,000 of them separated like that. Okay, I want to group these together. I want to run at the rest of these as quick as we can. Okay, we can grab ourselves a Dynasty Legacy. That is probably going to be Constant Care. That's going to boost up our disease resistance, which is pretty good. We're now in fine health. Okay, this is a really old infirm leper, for the record. He's going to die eventually, but he's doing really well. Actually, I don't think he's going to survive until the end of the game, but it is theoretically possible. Now, this army is done, and we need to have them head down here. Now, there's lots of siege territory out over this way. Noted. At this point, we are currently at 48% war score. We need to breach 50%. Wait, we're at 52 because of the ticking. It is now impossible for them to win this war. Right? Almost. It's almost impossible for them to win this war. Maybe after this siege. So, we're running at this force here, and we would absolutely love to catch them. We are taking attrition, and obviously, this is an unfortunate catch here. Actually, we caught about 40k of them. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I don't think we're going to stack wipe that, but that is solid. So, down over here, we are done. We need to start sieging here next. It's going to take us 2 months to get there. That's not too bad. Yeah, that should be absolutely fine. What other factions do we have behind this? 25 months. I think we'll be okay on that. These populists are going to fire in 1 month, and these guys can fire at any time. So, where is this guy? He's in this army. Oh, hang on a moment. That's interesting. We're going to have to deal with the populists, almost certainly. But let's wrap up this battle and go after this force immediately. That's where their leader is. And we will stack wipe that if we catch him. So we are immediately heading over there. He's not running. Okay, now he is. Okay. So we're going to catch something here. This is the Catholic uprising. Okay. That's understood. That was pretty much always going to happen. So. Yes. Show this guy in. I accept your generous gifts. We need to wrap this up, of course. And unfortunately, these guys popped right on top of us, which allows this guy to get away. That's really rude. Okay. So we're going to have more populists. That's fine. I want to check in over here. Where are we? We're not quite there yet. Okay. We're going to have to push through this force, which of course is no problem, but it's going to delay us further. Okay, so now here's the Ashari populists. That's expected. Okay, now I want to come down over this direction. So we're at minus 8% right now here. Yeah, this is going to be a whole thing. There's a lot of sieges ongoing. We need to get out of this. We're almost here now. And these guys are taking extraordinarily heavy attrition. Okay, so we're going to win this battle in theory, but they have reinforcements on the way. That's absolutely noted. It was really bad luck that they ended up popping right on top of us like that. That was incredibly unfortunate. But let's see how this battle goes. We are winning the battle, and we have reinforcements on the way in. We finished up this siege, and we're going to head down here. Okay. We're looking weak right now, in theory. But we win this battle. And now we want to come up and fight over here. Where is their leader? He was in that battle that we just fought. Okay. Well, we're going to fight right up over here. We are going to easily win this battle, summon the physician, and I want to check over this way. We just arrived. Okay, 14 days. Noted. So, here's the thing. We can't really keep this up. We can't really keep that up at all. That said, vassals are raising up here against the Catholics. I'm wondering about over here. There are some. There are some. Okay, let's wrap up this particular siege, putting us at 17% war score. Okay. So now we've got these guys, right? The question is, what do we want to do with them? The answer is, I'm going to embark them, and we're going to start fighting some of these lads. We absolutely need to start taking some of these out. We'll talk them out of this foolish plan. They had to be forcibly removed. Very rude. Okay, so we need to come down over here next and just continue to siege. Oh, it's a shrine down over here that had to be occupied? Okay, whatever. This is, of course, really bad timing for us, but that is to be expected. So these guys are embarking. We do not want to stay in this area. That's for sure. This is a very hostile area to us, and we're taking just ludicrous amounts of attrition. So, where's the Catholic leader? He is down in Province. Okay. We'll arrive there in 3 months. Let's go. I'm hoping to just wrap that up incredibly quickly with a leader capture. We'll see if that happens. I also want to head over this direction and raise up any additional forces that we can here. So we'll raise everything possible, and I'm also going to hire any Holy Order if we can. We already have a Holy Order, so we can only do the one. That's understood. And we're also going to hire every single mercenary force at this point. We have all of the money in the world, so this is fine. We can absolutely go through and do this. So that is currently 15,000, 16,000. Yeah, it's not going to be a huge amount of forces. So we're going to hire all of these guys. Every mercenary force that exists. So that's 28,000 troops. That's noted. Okay. So all of these I want to group together except for the gathering force. I guess I'll just leave it for now, though. So we're going to continue to siege up over this way. We're at 26% war score here. Okay. So where's our fleet at? They have embarked. They are sailing around. Noted. Down over this way, our siege is continuing. 17 days on that. Cool. We're making some amount of progress over here. 28,000 only? Okay. I was hoping to see more troops coming in here, but we do have 12,000 allies coming in. We need to get our proper army over here, though. That is mission number 1. So right now, I'm not really very focused on this independence war because it's not mathematically possible for them to win. So that is looking good. These guys, they've got quite a long ways to sail yet, unfortunately. We are raising forces. They have 63,000 troops here now. We're at minus 45% here. We did just finish up this siege, and we need to continue to work on these sieges. We're at 38% here right now. We got to bring that up. The game is very laggy at this moment, and there's a lot of reasons for that. No doubt about that. Okay. Let's come on down. We have more forces coming in over here. We're at 29,000 right now. We are currently how far away? 58 days. So they're definitely going to finish their siege here. We've got a lot of forces nearby, though, and that seems relatively okay. So, we're going to take out this fort. No problem. That seems absolutely fine. That'll happen quite quickly, in theory. I mean, look at how slow the days are ticking right now because of the sheer amount of things that are happening. It's going very slowly, for sure. So we're waiting for additional forces to show up over here, but I kind of want to just go and hope that our allies come with. And then these guys are going to come in over here. They'll arrive in 34 days. Yeah, our allies are coming with. So that looks good. We need to eliminate this army, and we need to do it now. Hopefully we capture him, but odds are good that we don't. We'll see what happens with it. Okay, so we've got that under control. If that's the case, then this army does not need to go here. Where would we be better off going? Possibly here to eliminate this force. Or something along those lines. Or responding to the Ashari populists. I think that's even better. We're going to come down over here. Okay. So that looks good. These guys have this under control. Perfect. So that looks good. This is not occupied anymore for some reason. I guess it sieged back instantly. And these guys should probably start going after some of these Catholic populists. So, where's their leader at now? Well, that's not helpful. Okay. So we stack wiped that force. We're at 52% on this. Let's make our way into Bajura. And we need to... We have basically one force assigned to each of these wars at this point. So that seems fine. We do have allies helping us against the populist uprisings. Ah. Okay, peasant revolt. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord, and this peasant uprising is probably not a huge threat. Okay. I'm going to raise forces here. I'm not sure how many we're actually going to be able to raise. 10 months on that? They're going to immediately walk in and stop our raise? Okay. In that case, I'm just not going to raise here. And we'll raise, like, down over here instead. 31 troops is not a big deal. Okay. So these guys are finishing up their siege. Perfect. So I'd like to continue to head up this direction. We're at 62% war score on this war. Now, these guys are sailing in over here. They'll arrive over this way in the eventual times. And we'll want to resupply them eventually, too. Cool. These guys are still marching over to deal with this small populist uprising force. So for now, this is a giant mess. No doubt about that. And this all stemmed from the fact that I declared that one war when I shouldn't have. It was just bad timing. It's my own fault. I'm bumping us up to speed 5, but I don't think that's actually going to speed anything up. There's just so much happening right now that there's very little to be done. We had a big attrition tick on this army, which isn't shocking. And we're just going to come grab this castle. We're going to get out of these wars fairly soon, but this guy is going, or rather this lady is going to be able to send an ultimatum in 2 months. I want to prevent that. So we're going to send gifts everywhere we can here. And we're trying to bribe these guys into not actually doing this. Then there's these Orthodox populists. I'm going to send this guy a gift and then ask him to convert. That might solve that, potentially. But this is the primary issue right now. So a lot of these guys have negative reasons to be in this faction now. That looks good. They should leave the faction over time. Leaves if less than 5. So in theory. Actually, yes. We want him to convert so badly that we're willing to give him a hook. Okay. So that seems reasonable. Yeah, they're too weak to send an ultimatum now. Perfect. So that's dealt with. We'll finish up this siege, putting us at 63% war score. Okay. And these guys are still gathering. It's going to be 9 additional months. That's fine. So these guys are grouped up fairly heavily. We've got these guys out over here. They're heading down this way. Okay. And we're still sailing in over here. At this point, I want this army to be coming in up this way. We should have allies nearby, and the allies will probably follow us. Probably. Maybe not. We have a new diplomacy perk available, and we're going to take benevolent intent, I guess. Kind of our only option there. And this siege is still progressing. 7 days. 5, 4, 3. Okay. There's a lot of forces over here. There's not a lot of allies nearby. I kind of want to come over here and resupply. Okay, so we'll finish up this siege, and we'll come into here. 72% on that war. So that's looking reasonable. We're still on our way over here. Noted. And we're going to easily win this battle. No problem there. These guys are disembarking in Damietta, and we're going to want to resupply this force. And not be recently disembarked when we fight up over here. So, we're going to split this in half, and they're going to come out over here. I'm going to split them again, and they're going to come here. And then this force is going to split, and they're going to go, like, down over here. So they're going to resupply for the moment. We're fighting here. This is going to be free. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to come up over here and fight these guys next. Now, this force is still making its way through. There are so many diseases. We're taking ludicrous amounts of attrition right now. And we want to extend all of these contracts. Absolutely. So that one's done. This one as well. There we go. Large amounts of gold being spent on that, but that's fine. We're bolstering our forces with these mercenaries, and they're absolutely necessary right now. So, these guys are working on resupply. They should get their supply soon enough. We'll give them a month tick on that. These guys are still marching through the mountains here. It's very slow to get around in these areas, but we're at 74% on that war. So that's looking okay. This is going to be dealt with. And we've only raised up about 4,600 troops down here. That is noted. 31 and 26. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, this siege is about to finish. 5 days. We just finished up, not this battle, but this battle. And where do these guys want to go next? Well, I want to come eliminate this force. Okay, so that's all looking good. This siege is done, or almost done. 79? That's not a lot of war score there. Okay, noted. How are we doing on our resupply? We have managed to do some amount of resupply. Okay, we're going to group our forces back together here, and we're going to come up over here and start trying to fight some of these guys. That is going to be important to do. So let's group our forces. Any moment we can. Get in here. We just really need to get out of some of these wars, right? So here, I want to just run up this coast. Okay. Kingdom of Palestine. I wish we had siege weapons available for that. Unfortunately, our siege weapons are way up over here. And it's going to take us a while. So obviously the Catholic uprising is going to be a bit of an issue, right? The question is, how much more of this, like, how much of this can we take care of? We need this independence war over yesterday, is the answer. We needed this independence war over a long time ago. We're 80% war score right now. Well, we can get additional sieges over this way. That seems good. Okay, we're a little brighter. And checking in down here, we're actually fighting somebody there. Intriguing. But we're going to need to make our way up over this direction and give battle up here. And they have a lot of forces. If these guys don't follow, I'm not sure how viable that's going to be. In fact, just generally, there's a lot of this where I'm not sure how viable it's going to be. We're being pulled in a lot of different directions right now, and we really need to clean some of this up. It was really unfortunate timing on all of it, and it was all my own fault. But we really don't want these Catholics to succeed. That is mission number 1. So, to that end, we're working on it. But we can only get around so quickly. These guys are sieging. We're 88%. Okay. We need additional siege done. I was hoping this war would be done by now. We're at 29% from ticking, and that's looking okay. These guys are heading in over here. I'm hoping that these have some siege weapons with them. That would be ideal. Hopefully those allies do. Okay. Out over this way. We need to come here. Cool. Allies doing any sieging here? Well, let's just station besiegers here for now and move on. We really can't rest on our laurels at this point. Absolutely not. Okay, this war just hit 90%, which is apparently good enough. Enforce those demands. So these guys can now start heading over this direction. So that is the Ashari uprising. That would be down over here. Okay, noted. Come on. We're going to head on directly over to here. It'll take them 7 months to get there. But this war should be handled at this point. So we're going to station besiegers here. And we're going to move on to Acre. Now, I'm deeply, deeply concerned about some of these situations. We do not have enough forces at this moment to deal with this. So that's noted. And the war score is inauspicious on this front. But we're going to continue to clean up some of these forces. This war is over as expected, that independence war. So people are probably going to join the existing wars. That's a very good thing. So, this is a very, very... Yeah, I would say we're stressed. This is a very, very good thing that we're getting this under control. Now, these guys need to start moving out this way. Okay. Next up, these guys are on their way south. They'll arrive here in 6 months at this juncture. So, the Palestine was actually part of the Independence War. Noted. So this is the Ashari uprising. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I'm going to split this force in half. This half is going to go up over this way and start dealing with some of these forces. This half is going to remain down here for now. Now, what are we going to do about this peasant uprising? If we were to lose this, well, actually, if we were to surrender to this, we'd just lose control in the counties and some legitimacy. So that's not the end of the world. For now, we will consider that to be in the category of theoretically the least important war. Okay, so we're going to group these guys together, and they are going to go after this force first. As soon as they arrive, we're going to group them and go in. Okay, so we're heading in down this direction, and then we're going to go after some of these other forces. We have our siege force on the way in, and they should make relatively quick work of it once they arrive. So these guys are making their way around this way. We're going to have another force coming in on the side of Brittany here, and we're going to look to get this finished. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. We've got these guys quasi nearby. We're still raising forces over here. So 6701, I'm going to raise some additional forces here, and we'll see what we are able to actually get there. So these guys are marching through the mountains. It's slow. These guys are marching through Europe. They'll get there in the eventual times. This is about 40 days to get there. That's not too bad. We did manage to get 85 high-quality troops here because we have a champion here. So that's looking decent. And we'll continue to raise in this area for the time being. We really need to focus on the Catholic uprising. So these guys are sailing, and they'll arrive up over here eventually. This guy used his weak hook to become Chancellor. That's understood. Okay, so we're battling here. That should be pretty free for us. That stack wiped, as expected. And I would like to come in and attack these guys. They're pretty deep. We'll take some attrition. That's understood. But it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to wrap up these rebellions. I think we have them mostly under control. We're definitely going to need to do some work out over this way. How many forces do the Catholics have left? 86,000. That's not that bad. Okay. Noted. This guy is a big part of it. That's reasonably fine. I'd really like it if these guys would siege back some of this territory. Unfortunately, they are not doing that. So that is our primary issue as of right now. But we definitely need to go start taking back some of the occupied territory here. And that will include this right here. So we'll head on over there, but it is time to put a cut in here. Next episode, we'll see about getting this done. Fingers crossed. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.